back to my channel. My name is Saher. I'm a student of traditional Chinese medicine here in the city. And if you can't tell, I have come down with a little bit of a cold, so my voice is definitely going to be sounding a little bit different than it normally does. But I publish new videos every Monday. This week is a little bit late and I do apologize. It is because I've been down, and I would love if you could subscribe and like for more health-related content to come. So summer is definitely in full swing here. It has been in basically the 90s for the last 2 weeks of June, and that has been pretty insane, and yet I still ended up sick, which definitely sucked and was a little bit of a damper, but hopefully it'll be gone for this weekend, which is the holiday weekend, and I can go out and enjoy. I do want to go ahead and let you know that it's not COVID. I did take a COVID test actually back on Saturday, so it's been about 4 days now, and it came out negative, so thankfully it's not that. It just is some sort of virus that I caught. After I posted on Instagram that I came down with something, a lot of my friends actually reached out and told me that they themselves also have been going through the same thing. It kind of feels like now that all the masks are off, we have basically exposed ourselves to all the pathogens that are ready to take a vengeance for wearing a mask for the last year and a half and not letting them invade our bodies. If you are like me, and you've pretty much been bedridden and unable to see your local acupuncturist or go to your doctor, then you know that it definitely sucks being stuck at home and not really having what you think you may need to get through what you've got. So it's kind of funny that I caught this because it's what we're learning about right now in school. And I did go ahead and reach out to a few of my fellow colleagues, as well as some of my professors and my doctor of acupuncture, to solidify that this is what I have. So what I have is called a wind cold. And a wind cold is essentially an external evil or an external pathogen that has invaded my system. And in Chinese medicine, wind is essentially known as the cause of the 100 diseases. So it's definitely what we would call a cold, or those kind of everyday viruses that we get year-round in Western medicine. I have been experiencing symptoms of an aversion to cold. As you can tell, it's pretty much 90 degrees outside, and I'm in the house wearing a sweatshirt. I have a blanket on, and I've basically been in the bed sheets all week long. It's also characterized by clear mucus and phlegm, maybe a little bit of headaches, definitely more chills than fever. I did have a low-grade fever a couple of days ago. There may be a little bit of a dry cough, and then the other indicators that would really show that you have a wind cold pathogen would be that you have a pulse that is floating. So if you're a TCM student like me, you'll know what that means. And if not, it basically means that your pulse is a little bit raised. And so you can really feel it on a very superficial level. Along with the clear mucus, I've just been having a really non-productive sweat because my body is really trying to hold on to whatever heat it has right now. So normally I would go to an acupuncturist and I would be prescribed Tongue, which is basically an herbal formula that would help resolve these symptoms. It would really help to warm the exterior and basically expel it from my system. Unfortunately, I wasn't feeling well enough, so I did a little bit of research and I decided to combine my Indian and Pakistani heritage with my learnings in traditional Chinese medicine. And something that I love about traditional Chinese medicine is that it definitely does highlight the emphasis on food being medicine, and that's also something that I grew up with in my own households.
I decided to make a congee, which is a boiled down rice porridge. Fun fact, although many people associate congee as East Asian, congee actually originated in ancient Kerala, India. I decided to use white rice and quinoa, but you can sub oatmeal or another grain that can make a soft porridge. To make my congee, you will need warming spices and herbs such as cinnamon, cardamom, nutmeg, and turmeric. We're going to take 2 cinnamon sticks, some ginger, 4 cardamom pods, and 2 pears to make this dish. Begin by slicing up your ginger and your pears. I used 4 slices of organic ginger because I can't handle much heat, but if you can, add a few more slices for more benefit. The pears are going to naturally help sweeten the dish, so you don't have to add any sugars that may irritate your throat. After an hour of first boiling and then simmering down your grains at a ratio of 1 cup grain to 7 cups water, you are going to add your warming spices and fruit. Be sure to really mix it in before letting the pot continue to simmer for about another hour or so. Okay, so this is the big reveal. I added some freshly chopped pears, organic rose petals, blue corn flour, and a drizzle of raw honey. I'm clearly not a food blogger, but I have to say I was pretty proud of myself for this plating.
All right, guys, time for the final taste test. Here we go. It's a little hot, so I'm gonna blow. That was really great. I'm gonna go sit down and enjoy this breakfast, but before I go, if you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you next week.